Hi and welcome back to Cut the Craggle. Today we're going to be taking a look at something a little different. It is this LEGO lighting kit from LeLightGo. A few weeks back they reached out to me on Instagram and asked if I would be interested in reviewing one of their kits. And after a very quick look through their online catalogue, I decided on this one for the LEGO Batman 89 Batwing. It's a set that has been in my backlog for far too long. It was a day one purchase.
Where does he get those wonderful toys?
And somehow I had just not gone round to building it. So when I saw how awesome it looked all lit up, this was the push I needed to finally get my ass in gear and get building. I have to say a massive thank you to LeLightGo for sending me this kit for free to review. But of course, all opinions in this video will be my own, so if there's something I don't like, I'm gonna let you know about it. And if you do like the look of this or any other of the wide array of LEGO lighting kits LeLightGo have available, you can use my exclusive discount code CUTTHECRAGGLE to get 20% off your order. Also remember, if you enjoy this video, you'll be doing me a massive favour by hitting that like button, subscribing and turning on notifications. Alright, let's check this thing out. So I actually built, or at least started building the Batwing on a live stream. Once again I grossly overestimated how much I could get done in a couple of hours, but my original intent was to install the lighting kit as I went, so I wouldn't have to half dismantle the set as I have done in the past with other lighting kits. In the end that didn't happen and I installed the lights after I was done building the Batwing. I'm pleased to say that the instructions are designed with installing into a completed build in mind, and there's a minimal amount of dismantling involved. Really, it's just removing the odd couple of tiles or sub-assembly. Certainly the first half of the installation, putting all the lights on the top of the Batwing, felt very intuitive. You could almost predict what the next step was going to be because it just felt so organic and natural process. And you can see for yourself that the lights are really well concealed within the build. There's a couple of very thin wires that run along these tiles on the wings, but they're barely noticeable once you take a step back. The underneath was a little more tricky. There's a lot more loose wires. And the instructions do use these existing bits on the underside to group them and hold them in place. But no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't get them as neat as they were in their photos. The other issue I had was with the battery box here. This has a USB connection, so I believe you can power this through a USB extension, but if you wanted it wireless, it has this box which takes AAA batteries. And I fully expected to be able to conceal this in the underneath of the Batwing, but there's no instructions on how to do that. And I honestly have not been able to find a place where it would even fit. My plan is to display this on the wall vertically, and I really don't want a wire with a big ugly box hanging out the rear end like a baby calf. I do believe there is a solution. The videos on their website don't have this hanging down loose, so there must be a way to conceal it somehow. I just haven't figured it out yet. One thing I was really impressed with was the quality of the components. The wires and LEDs don't feel cheap at all. I've bought lighting kits before that have cost 3 or 4 times as much as what LeLightGo is selling for, and honestly, I am struggling to see how those other companies are justifying the gaping divide in price. One thing I will say is that the studs that these lights are fitted into aren't actual LEGO, but that really didn't bother me as much as I thought it would have. With something as tiny as a round 1x1, I couldn't really tell much difference in quality, and if that's what's allowing LeLightGo to sell these so much cheaper than some of their competitors, then I'm all for it. Of course, what you really want to know is how good this looks like all lit up. Well, see for yourself. It is spectacular! The LEDs are super bright, even with some room lighting on, and if you turn off all other lights completely, holy heck is that cool. The kit comes with this nifty little remote, and that allows you to turn it off and on, and switch between the two different animation sequences. You can adjust the speed and brightness as well, but what most impressed me was the ability to independently turn each group of lights on and off by themselves, so you can literally have any combination you want. This is beautiful. The lighting kit really makes this thing come alive. All the weaponry now lights up. You've got these red lights for the missiles, and I really like how they've done the flash in white and red for the twin Gatling guns. The blue illumination inside the cockpit also really pops. There's also lights under these aviation flaps on the wings, and you can still open these up however you want and expose more of the light from underneath. Perhaps my favourite aspect of this though is the blue strobing lights on the underside. I had fully intended on putting a screw up so I could show you what this looks like hanging on the wall, but then I realised I didn't have any wall plugs left, so for now you'll just have to make do with it propped up on my desk. But hey, this still looks incredibly epic to me. Overall, I am pretty impressed with this lighting kit. Having bought and installed much more expensive lighting kits, I honestly can't see that much of a difference. The quality of the LEDs and wires is great. I can't really pick a fault there. And for the first half at least, the installation of this was really enjoyable and felt so natural. The underneath is where it all becomes a bit of a mess. I think it could do with a handful of the bolt studs to hold these wires in place. And I would certainly like to see a guide to fit in the battery pack added to the end of the instructions. But those few things don't detract enough to put me off this. I think this is a cracking bit of kit, and it really brings what is already a superb LEGO set to a completely different level. Remember, if you like the look of this or any of LeLightGo's other lighting kits, you can use my discount code CUTTHECRAGGLE to get 20% off your order. Let me know what you think of the LeLightGo Batman 89 Batwing lighting kit in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, and whilst you're at it, be a legend and hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Laters!